Here's the deal, though. This Saturday, that is what, 12/12/2020. We got UFC 250 sit on them.
Oh,
Man, that boy Davison Figueiredo, Brandon Moreno. There's a couple other fights on this card. Obviously, my boy Junior Dos Santos in the cut. I'm looking forward to watching Souza fight. But we kind of just want to talk about these last two fights real quick. Well, between Ferguson and the Figueiredo fight. I want to just start off quick with this Tony Ferguson fight. Get to see him back in action. Obviously losing to what's his name there, completely slipping the mental. But yeah, T Ferg in the cut. And when I look at this fight, I see Charles Oliveira, who I think is a decent, solid fighter. I kind of think he's biting off a little more than he can chew with this fight. Just as a fan of his, I do like Charles Oliveira. I just feel like, Tony Ferguson to me is still a championship level fighter. I mean, he was a champion, and pre-injury, Tony Ferguson was arguably one of the best in the UFC for a while. Dude, just super creative, can come at you with a lot of stuff. I don't know. I don't feel like Charles Oliveira. He skipped a lot to take this fight with Tony Ferguson, and I just feel like it's going to be a little too much for him. I could potentially see this fight going to decision at the end of the day, but I still like Tony Ferguson either way. I just think he's a more polished fighter and whatnot,
yeah.
and just take advantage of
Tony Ferguson coming in at -170 favorite, and we got Oliveira in at +145 underdog. So I mean, that's not really that crazy odds. But just shout out that boy Tony Ferg. Just my favorite tough Ultimate Fighter person, dude. I think he's got some of the best content you see coming out of that show, as well as like, have you been following up any of the media with Tony Ferg going into this fight, dude? Dude is literally a fucking maniac. All right, dude, he's just insane. If you're not watching anything, I highly recommend you get in there and watch it. UFC does the embeddeds; those are lit. Get a little behind the scene perspective. But yeah, I like Ferguson in this as well. But I don't think it's gonna be a dog walk by any means. It's gonna be a great fight.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great fight too. Like I said, big fan of Oliveira. Just and Tony Ferguson's always been a character, dude. He's pretty meme-worthy fighter, weird guy and whatnot. A little bit, but I feel like you kind of have to be a fucking fighter, dude. I mean, you're going out there to fight, so you got to have a couple screws loose mentally to be able to go do that. And if we want to talk about a couple of screws loose, I want to talk about this boy Figueiredo, dude, who literally just fought not that long ago, is turning right around and about to have this fight. And I want to talk about a dude for it's so crazy to me. These guys are so small, 125, and are just fucking savages, bro. Just straight, just warriors, dude. And Figueiredo is a scrapper, dude. This dude's a killer. He reminds me of like every like elementary school, high school, everyone goes, they got a couple of those bad kids, bro, that just parents tell you not to hang with because they just be like fighting and shit like that. And this just seems like one of those dudes, man, is just looking for a scrap gunslinger. And same kind of thing with Tony Ferguson. I like Brandon Moreno a lot, actually, and I do think he deserves this fight in a way. I just feel like there's nothing he brings to the table that's going to be enough for Figueiredo, because I mean, Figueiredo literally just fought not too long ago, so maybe he's tired, but we know he's going to be fresh. We know he's in shape.
He didn't take a lot of damage at all in that fight, either, and that's part of the reason Dana kind of kept him in the States, because he had to, because of COVID and such. He kept him right here and so literally turned him around. Dana said in the post conference, I think he fought at 255, right?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I mean, literally in the post conference, Dana was like, "Yeah, he's not going anywhere. We're going to fight him again in December." So here we are. We got Figueiredo coming in at -330 and Brandon Moreno coming in +260. Yeah, I see him defending this belt for sure. I think it'll be a good fight again. But I mean, we've said this before, but it's that flyweight division in the UFC has just been struggling to have an emerging star. Yes. So I mean, Figueiredo could be huge for the division as well as just the UFC as a whole. So I mean, we'll see what happens, dude. Either way, it's gonna be a scrap. Like you said, it's insane how tiny these dudes are and just have fucking 16 abs. Like,
yeah, I know, and like, cause I'm like 220 on them, bro, and to think that these guys weigh like 100 pounds less than me, and they're obviously very a lot shorter than I am. But yeah, dude, just cut and just savages. Figueiredo's one of those, dude. That dude's fucking ripped, dude, and just definitely looking forward to that fight. Like I said, I think he stays champion. And I think that 125 division, besides Demetrius and Henry Cejudo, hasn't really had a star like that.
I think like part of it too was like Demetrius Johnson just ran fucking train, and there really wasn't really good competition until towards the end of his career. So,
that's the question.
I'm not saying he's not a good champ. I'm just saying like in terms of star power, I think that's kind of the reason it wasn't really there. He wasn't really being challenged too often. So.
Yeah, and that's part of the argument I've seen people make is like, well, is it because the competition was bad, or was it because DJ was just that good?
True.
And obviously Cejudo coming along and beating him. Cejudo is in a way kind of left the door open to possibly fighting Figueiredo. That could potentially be a fight of the year scenario. Because we know Figueiredo's ready to fight at all time. He's
literally, dude,
cut from that cloth, dude. So. I'm really looking forward to watching that card on Saturday. I'm looking forward to see my boy Junior Dos Santos in the cut, consistent heavyweight. I think he's gonna knock some brains out.
He's pretty heavy underdog going into this. I just closed the odds on my phone, but definitely pretty far away from being favored.
Yeah, shout out JDS though, dude, former champ. He's gonna get it done. UFC 256 Saturday. Be prepared for that.